Yeah, I guess this is unusual for me because going live just not one of my fortes. But I just was sitting here thinking, boy, it's really things are just really getting to me. I guess today, um, and it started out with the indictment of President Trump and all the hoopla, and checking out the news medias and looking at what other feeds are saying, like the mainstream media, how they spin it. Even one even calls Trump the mob boss. Like, really, versus some of the more conservative ones, Fox, and then of course you have uh, uh, Gateway Pundit and places like that have their own spin because everybody spins. And so you have to watch both sides and kind of figure out what the middle is. But the thought occurred to me that I heard that way back when Churchill was around and a big figure in the world, he said a lie can travel around the world before the truth has time to put its pants on. And wow, how true is that? That is really, really, really true to this day. And other things, when you stop and think about it, you know, the ones who cover up are usually the ones that are lying almost every time. I mean, there's really no exception to that rule that I know of. I mean, if you know of some, let me know. Let me know in the comments of things that have been covered up and hidden when there wasn't a lie involved. So, whenever certain things are not allowed to be seen or talked about and being hushed, it always seems that there's something evil going on. And then the terrible thing now is, sure, misinformation is a problem. I grant that, but the fine line of what's an opinion, which you should be able to state, versus what is misinformation, and a lot of these tech companies are taking it beyond reasonable you know situations. However, I got to tell you guys that I have protested to YouTube on several things that they've, either shunted or demonetized or whatever. And I've confronted them and said, "Oh, is that because that's a conservative view, or?" And they've actually reversed their action and allowed it to go through. I've had videos that were removed uh, based on supposedly copyright strikes and had them reinstated. A lot of these YouTubers don't fight it. They just say, "Oh well," and they move on to the next. I'm a nobody, so it doesn't matter. I can fight it. And I don't always win. I've had several strikes. I've even had an old channel that completely taken off the internet. And I mean, I can't even log into that anymore. So without as so much as an email. Hmm. Yeah, and that's pure censorship. So my hope is things will change. Like a good friend of mine, William Archibald, he kind of reiterates the fact that we need to do all the changing lawfully because it would be too difficult to just completely undermine the government and try to rebuild it. So we basically need to take a look at it like an auto mechanic. Your car, something's wrong with your car, but you fix it and you keep fixing little pieces here and there, and next thing you know, your car is dependable and runs good. And I think that that idea is correct. It's just that we're all real impatient. Like we want it to happen now. And we get all messed up in that hopium kind of stuff. That hoping that things would change. And I'm guilty of it too. So I mean, we every day we wake up hoping, oh geez, maybe that something will turn around. But when I look at a year ago and then today, I see a lot of change that has been taking place. And also, I think about if what has happened to Trump didn't happen, would some of these changes take place? It's almost like this all had to happen to make the change and open a lot of eyes and get more people involved, because there's a lot of people that are involved now and watching news and watching what's happening ever before in history. But that's also a warning of desperate times. Things if they don't get in check, we're going to have some major problems. So we have the problems with the what's going on with the central bank and so forth. We have problems that are going on with, the dollar being, the petrodollar not being used in countries that are voting thank you, Jimmy. Um, you know, where they're getting away from that. So which that takes the power of the United States, basically their currency helping control the world. Now, I'm not saying that we should control the world, but we have become the one that dominates in the economic, uh, world economy, and there's got to be a reason for it. But I think we're slowly but surely turning our back on all those qualities, and now we're starting to pay the piper, you might say. So anyway, guys, I just thought I would get on here. I don't do lives, but here I am. I want to remind you guys to check out William Archibald, Devoted Patriot, um, uh, the Minutemen, all these guys that are out there trying to change the world one video at a time. And hey, if you guys have something to say and you want to get out there, I encourage you to start your own channel as well and get out there and um, start talking. But be careful, YouTube has ears. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's it for me. Like I say, I don't do lives that often, or at all. This is one of them, and I guess we'll catch you on the next one. All right. See you later. Bye bye.